All right, what's up, y'all? Sam here. Really close to the mic because something's wrong with my computer and I don't know what's going on. This is our episode on LaMelo Ball. What I'm doing is looking at different players in different categories, giving a score out of 10, averaging those scores for total score, and then using that total score to determine my unsolicited, unqualified big board ahead of this year's draft. The first one of the series, I did an episode on Anthony Edwards. Man got a 9.5 out of 10. After that, did one on Wiseman. He got the exact same score. So this time around, we'll see what LaMelo Ball can walk away with under the same criteria and see just how we're feeling about the prospect ahead of the draft. I'm on in.nba.com, right? And on this website, we have some good stuff, some really good stuff. This writer here, Eric Fawcett, shouts to him. He nailed this. When discussing Ball's strengths on the floor, you have to start with his offensive creativity. Watching him play, you never feel like he approaches an offensive possession the same way twice. I love that. Let's put it this way. Ball is a player that has all the skills that you can't teach and plays like basketball is just in his DNA. Like that. I like that a lot. A lot. Watch LaMelo Ball and you'll see all the tricks and savvy of a longtime NBA vet. Love that. Love that. It's not just savvy that Ball possesses, it's the fundamentals too. He has an advanced handle that allows him to functionally play out of the offensive symphony that he's orchestrating in his head. That's a hell of a sentence. And it keeps going, but you can read it if you want to. I'll pause the screen to take a deeper look at it. Whenever he steps on an NBA floor, Ball is already going to have one of the best floaters in the league. His sense of touch when putting up teardrops is impeccable, and the need for defenders to respect that shot opens up drives closer to the hoop. Love that. Ball's jump shot is broken. Rip. It needs to be demolished and rebuilt from the ground up. Right now, it's a pushed, two-handed release that was likely developed from him trying to shoot from too far from the hoop when he was too young to have the strength to shoot correct. That's a rip, but a rip that can be turned into a dub, right? So that is something that if the right team drafts him and gets the right coaching around him, that can be rehabbed and cleaned up. I'm not too worried about it if the coaching staff can do their jobs, right? And there's no outside interference getting in the way of LaMelo's growth, which is the concern. There's a huge elephant in the room, right? With his dad, LeVar Ball, right? And the potential of causing distractions or distractions for the team, tweeting at coaches and getting in fights with Michael Jordan, or like LaMelo listening to his dad over the coaching staff. Like there's potential of that stuff there. I'm choosing as an optimist to believe that everything will work out well, but you never know. There's always that gamble, right? In terms of athleticism, Ball would be below average by NBA standard. Rip. Right now, he relies heavily on his ball handling abilities to get penetration. While he is tremendous with the dribble, he may struggle against NBA players who are more disruptive with their hands than anyone Ball has previously faced. So yeah, admittedly, somewhat problematic, but he has skills that could potentially overcome it. So I'm okay with that if he becomes a Hornets player, obviously. Ball's effort on the defensive end is legitimately laughable. That's a rip, but again, let's come up with other prospects. I'm not worried about that. That can be taught. That can be like kicked into gear. NBA comparison, Spencer Dinwiddie. I like him. Maybe he's not top 3 in the draft levels. Like maybe you want more than Spencer Dinwiddie out of the 3rd pick overall. But Dinwiddie's a really good pro. I've seen Sean Livingston as a comp as well. Another guy who had a long NBA career. If that is the floor for LaMelo, that's a dub because he has such a high ceiling that should be considered, you know? So I got to give an 8 out of 10 after reading the scouting report. The broken jump shot is concerning. A point guard that can't shoot a J or at least have the jumper respected is concerning, especially because you kind of want your point guard to be able to draw a double team and to create with others. So maybe the passing and dribbling can overcome that while he learns how to shoot, but I can't go higher than an 8 because of it.
Ball driving.
Okay, that's useful. Rip to number 0 for just sliding out of the way.
Onslaught by Brisbane. I think they've done a really good job
Woo.
tidying up their defense. LaMelo Shakes one way, then the
Oh,
other.
no.
To Josh Boone.
No.
Foul for the Bullets.
How are you gonna miss that dunk after that? He must have slipped on the stickers, right? But that's a bad. All right. Would you rather be the guy that got sent to the floor twice or the guy that misses the dunk?
With flat feet defensively is not what the doctor ordered for the Hawks.
Okay. Okay, I see you. I see you. All right. Made the dunk that time.
From Ball behind the back, and the mask one puts it down.
That could be very useful. That could be very useful in the next level. That could be very useful in the next level. Man. How many NBA point guards take that shot right there? He's wide open. And instead of shooting it, he dribbles into the lane, around the defender to his credit, and underneath the defender to his credit, and finishes it. Draws a foul in the process. But there's no need to take that ball and that contact. Like, shoot the jumper, my guy. Okay, splits the defenders, finishes at the rim. I like that. I like that.
LaMelo Ball.
That's a rough looking
Just
jumper.
flatten somebody down. His shot needs a lot of work. You have a look at the technical side, shooting it so low and shooting it in front of his face with two hands.
That announcer, spot on. That jumper is gross looking, but can be fixed. I'm not worried about it. It's just in that clip, but it worked. It works, and if it does work, it works. I can't fault him. It's just something that it's unorthodox, right? Anything unorthodox is gonna instill a little concern. I like that. Use that dribble move to create some space for yourself. I'll mess with that. I like that.
Ashley on the trail. Here comes Ball.
Hey, finishing in traffic with a hand in his face. Love that. I've been saying I love that a lot. I'm enjoying this. Pick and roll. Okay.
Ball.
Shoot it.
Looked him in the eye. Steps in. Gave it up.
Okay, I mean, it worked, but man, shoot that ball. Look at. Oh wait, let me go back further.
Occasion, who knows what
He just got to capitalize on the other end.
All right, right here. Got his teammates rolling to the basket. Two defenders are on him right now. Both those guys just leave him for some reason. Like, why'd you leave him? That's crazy. But anyway, instead of shooting the ball, LaMelo dribbles towards the rim
Looked him in the eye.
and finds a man, gets the bucket, gets the assist. Cool. Like, it worked. I'm not going to, he doesn't deserve to be killed for that. But shoot the ball, man. I don't like the shooting thing. I got to give him an 8 out of 10 after watching that. There are glimpses of really exciting stuff, and I'm into that. Do not get me wrong. But the shooting, the form, the decision-making is concerning. So I got to knock some points for that. So after watching that, I'm going 8 out of 10. All right, so now the question is, after what we read and what we saw, how would that fit with the current team? And I'm gonna get right to it. Really well, really well. I give him a 10 out of 10 easy as far as team fit, because I look at it this way. If he's a starter, right? If he's our starting point guard, what's that team look like? It's LaMelo. I would have Devontae at the shooting guard spot. You have Miles, PJ at the forwards, and then Cody or Hernan Gomez at the 5. And then off the bench, Terry, Malik Monk, Crash Brothers. I like that a lot. If it's like late in the fourth quarter, we need to stop. You can take off LaMelo. You can do offensive defensive subs with the Martin twins and LaMelo. Not worried about that. If like LaMelo's struggling to get involved, you can bring Terry in to get if we need a shot, something like that. Like, we have a guy on our team for every weakness LaMelo Ball has. And so as far as fits go, it's a dub. And then the potential of lifting the profile of the franchise is also a dub. And the concern is the other stuff with his dad and the family stuff is concerning. But for basketball reasons, 10 out of 10, easy. Instead of looking at his Instagram, because his Instagram's crazy, he has like 5+ million Instagram followers, obviously killing it. I just want to look at this instead. So he gets a 10 out of 10 on the Instagram, easy, which brings him to, was it 8, 8, 10 of 10? That's 36 divided by 4 is 9. So Edwards and Wiseman, 9.5. They got 9.5, and then LaMelo's walking away with the 9. Real respectable, and honestly, really, I do view him as a step below the other two. So I'm cool with that. I'm really cool with it. But I want to look at this stuff here. So the idea that Edwards would go 1 and the Warriors would take Denny over LaMelo and Wiseman is very interesting to me. because that would mean the Hornets would then be faced with one of the two, Wiseman or LaMelo. You go center, you go point guard, do you go like need, or do you go best player available? Like, what do you do? What do you do? And so that sense of drama, and like what the Warriors may trade the pick in, who knows? But that is very interesting to me. Very interesting to me. What do you guys think? If it comes down to the two, Wiseman or LaMelo, what do you do? I think I go Wiseman. There's still time, I guess, ahead of the draft for things to change, but I think I go Wiseman over LaMelo if that's the case. Also, I want to give LaMelo credit for not having any a controversy tab here in his Wikipedia. Like, he doesn't have a section dedicated to controversy, which I'm cool with. I think the worst thing he's done really is say the N-word on Monday Night Raw, which was kind of hilarious. And in like contrast to his pops, who has some stuff on his Wikipedia: athlete comparisons and claims, feud with Trump, Lakers coaching criticism, allegations of racism, sexism, criticism around his parenting style. So that can be concerning, I guess. I will never fault anyone for saying, I want nothing to do with LaMelo Ball. I 100% understand that point of view. I'm never going to argue against that. So just from a pure basketball like point of view, he would add a lot to the team. But I think Edwards and Wiseman have more to offer on a basketball court. The intangibles with LaMelo, off the charts. Those other guys can't touch him on that other stuff, on the extra stuff, on the superstar ability, like on the superstar potential and just popularity scale. No one can touch him, not even on the stratosphere with LaMelo. He owns that space. If LaMelo's on the court matched his like clout, he'd be an MVP, and the Hornets would be foolish to pass on him. But that's a huge if. And I don't think it's something the franchise should gamble on if Wiseman or Edwards are there. Not over them. If LaMelo is the only guy left, hell yes. Let's do this thing. You know? Let's roll with it. But if there's another guy there, no way. I'm going elsewhere. But that's me. That's where I'm at right now. It's September 20th as I'm recording this. There's some time can change opinions, right? So who knows what'll happen as we get closer to the draft. Fortunately, that decision is not mine to make. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Apologies, my sincerest apologies if the audio for this episode was weird. My mic's been acting crazy. I don't know what's wrong with it. I got to look into it. So it'll be better next time, hopefully, knock on wood. But I will see you all next weekend with another profile on probably Denny. Thank you so much for watching and dealing with the audio issues. I'm gonna see what happens next weekend. Hopefully I can get everything fixed for the next upload, get it back to normal. Hoping for the best though. We'll see. But anyway, thank you so much. I will talk to you next weekend with another episode on another prospect. Take care. Peace.